boy, what a trade that ended up being, man. At the time, we were all like freaking out about the Cubs dissolving the World Series team, and we get PCA out of it. So PCA for Javi Baez, basically, right?
I saw a perfect tweet. It said the Cubs traded their most electric player in franchise history at the time to the Mets for now their most electric player in franchise history. It's just like a electric player, but like the poor Mets, man, like they've got like literally like 3 months or 4 months of Javi Baez. They trade PCA, who's like a generational talent, and that team, man, that team continues to suffer out east. They can't seem to get any trades right with teams.
Yeah, so it's a little self-inflicted, right? A little self-inflicted.
Yeah.
They think they're the East Coast Dodgers, and they just keep shooting themselves in the foot, it seems like.
Yeah, but it's fun, man. I mean, it is kind of eerily similar in terms of the vibe where it's like, you know, I kind of forget that Chris Bryant won the MVP in 2016 when they won the World Series, but you know, it's kind of lining up. It's like to be Cubs MVP, Cubs potential World Series. They'd have to go through the Dodgers in the NLCS most likely, like they did in 2016 to get there. Like it all is kind of eerily reminiscent of 10 years ago. And I honestly, if the Cubs are just going to win the World Series every 10 years on a year that ends in 6,
I'm down.
Down. What a narrative switch for the Cubs though, because remember the offseason, everyone was complaining about them not wanting to pay Kyle Tucker, and then like Kyle Tucker signs for what, $240 million with the Dodgers. Cubs end up extending, using potential money they could have paid Kyle Tucker to pay PCA in the offseason, locking up early before he has this. Yeah, and Bregman. But like they paid PCA before the season, locked him up long term on a friendly cheap deal. Like that deal is easily the most valuable deal in baseball. Like in terms of just pure value for a team, like he is worth probably what, $50 million a year, if not more.
Well, depends on how you define worth. If worth is this is what the Dodgers would pay him, then yeah.
Well, like he's like a 40 to 50 million a year player.
Is this season repeatable?
Well, I think it is.
It could be.
But even if he's not like a,
but how many times?
Even if he doesn't hit well, though, that contract is valuable enough because of his defense.
Yeah, fair.
And that's what the Cubs are paying him on. They're like, hey, your defense is. We know what your defense is. We're paying you essentially for your defense.
It's like what they did with Dansby, basically. Like they paid him for the defense, not really the bat.
He could have taken a bet on himself, and I'm glad he didn't. Just because if he had this season and then they had to go pay him after the season, oh my god, dude. I mean, I'd be nervous just because the Cubs are not exactly the most generous with the contracts with the money, but
good way to put it.
Yeah, I'll just put it that way. But no, it's exciting. It's just Chicago baseball's back, man. And in the White Sox, I will say, like, this is a team that lost 100 games in 3 of the last 4 years.
Yep.
So, it's been easy to make fun of them from a distance and put them down as a franchise, but they're on the come up, man. Like they have a lot of young guys in their system coming up,
and they just got the number 1 overall pick too.
And they just had the number 1 overall pick. They're going to be really good. And as much as I'm not a White Sox fan, I don't like to see them be better than the Cubs. They're going to be good. They're going to be good for a long time, I think.
Well, I feel like this is what we said about the Sox though, 3 or 4 years ago too. Maybe what was it, 5 years ago? Actually?
Yes, but I feel like it was a little bit different in the way that they built that team versus how they built this team.
Sure.
So I just think that this team is much higher ceiling than a lot of those guys that they built that team through trades. Like Yoan Moncada was he had gotten some major league playing time already, but he wasn't he wasn't their prospect. They didn't develop
Eloy. Yep.
Yeah, they traded for all those guys, but they didn't develop those guys from single A up. So that's why I think it's a little different. But no, actually, I don't I think my hatred for the White Sox growing up was quite literally because of Hawk Harrelson.
I think it's just the general every time you have to interact with people really into the White Sox, that's where the hatred comes from.
Well, it's also
right?
they give off like big time little brother energy where it's like, all right, dude, like
It's like how much they hate the Cubs makes it bothers me.
right.
Because like it is definitely one of those things. It is the meme where it's like the number one thing that they think about all the time is how they could shit on the Cubs, and we're the people in the corner saying, I never think about you.
Yeah.
And the only time we do think about them is when they're playing the Cubs.
Yeah.
And then it gets electric because Sox and Cubs fans are in the stands together, beating each other up.
Oh, yeah. Just a bunch of fatties just unloading on each other.
Yeah.
There's a video of a guy, two fat guys punching each other, and there's a video of one guy saying, grab his dick and twist. Just it's the most Chicago thing. Just the two most stereotypical fat looking dudes that definitely went to like Al's Beef before the game, slammed a big beef and cheese fries, go get a Budweiser in the stands, and just start beating the crap out of each other.
Or they went and did a Chicago handshake at Wiener Circle over there.
100%.
Yeah. They're giving those out before the games now. I don't know if you guys saw that $10 Chicago handshakes.
Yeah. Honestly, not a bad deal. I mean, for downtown prices.
Not bad at all. And you get the hot dog. So
yeah, that's a great deal.
I would load up on a couple of those and go fight some White Sox fans.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say about the PCA thing, Nick, to your point earlier, the group chat we had earlier, criminal from the sports books to list Shohei and PCA as negative odds.
Both negative odds. That's you can't do that. I mean, I've been on this train, I think, for about a year now that the sports books are they're just scams now. Like,
yeah,
they don't even offer good odds anymore. What do we mean that they're both? Like, I think it was PCA was minus 105 and Shohei was minus 115. How could they both be favorites? How could you have two?
Well, now I thought I saw that they were both minus 110.
I mean, I guess that makes more sense because that's what they offer on, like, if an NFL game had no favorite, like there was 0 point spread, right? They'd give you minus 110 odds on both teams. So I guess they're saying, hey, it's a coin flip between Shohei and PCA, but I still think that's bullshit. How could it be a coin flip? Like it has to be PCA right now, right? What stat is favoring Shohei right now?